So Leonard, let's start off with, what are your memories, before the storm? Where were you?
Man, I remember when the storm came. Everybody was on my grandmother's house. We were about to leave, and my grandmother, she's old. She wasn't ready to leave, so it took us a little time to come. So we had to finally. It was too late for us to leave, so we got in the hotel. I think the Hilton Hotel, the one they knocked down.
Oh,
Yeah. So we was in there. Oh man, the water was rising. The buildings, and the rooms caught on fire. It was crazy in there. So after we, after we found out that the water was rising, we went to live on the bridge 4 days and 5 nights. You know, just having to provide for the family, still in the stores, clothes for the family, etc. And just when my father, my uncles, and my cousins, I was too young. They had stole a U-Haul truck or whatever, and we went to Texas, and from there on, we had got the shots and everything, the clubs out, etc. And then we had went to Portland, Texas. That's when we started off at. And just looking back, a lot of things had happened during that time. Then after we moved back, our house still wasn't ready, but we still lived in there. As they were building it, and just providing for the family. My father worked. Man, I can't remember. He worked every day. He rarely came home, and that's about the only thing I remember.
all right. So obviously you were right in the thick of it when it was
Yeah.
going on. I talked to Ed earlier, and Ed was sort of on the road. He was all over the place, but you were right in the thick of it.
Yeah.
You know,
I
with
could
you,
tell you just seeing the dead bodies in the water, man. People die on the bridge from the heat. Old people, people in the water, like dead bodies floating in the water. People stealing their watches, anything they can off their bodies. So that's the only thing I really remember.
and what about recovering from the storm? I mean, obviously y'all were in Texas, but how did did you guys recover from that? Because obviously that sounds like you being a young kid,
Yeah.
severely traumatic
Well,
experience.
I really didn't know what was going on, but as I got older, it kind of hit me like what I had went through and how many people lost their family members' lives or lost their own lives. So it makes you feel like it gives you respect, man. Just knowing what you went through and you still made it through. A lot of people didn't make it through, and I feel like God was there the whole time, man. And thank God that He helped me and my family get out there.
All right. So now talk to me. Obviously, you guys ended up making it back and ended up having a nice life out in New Orleans. So just talk to me a little bit about where you are now and what the future holds.
Well, right now, I'm at LSU right now, man. And my parents are very proud of me, that I made it. And I graduated from high school, and now I'm here. I'm just leaving a legacy for my family, especially for my younger brother who's coming here to LSU, who's been, I think I'm his role model since we was young, man. And I'm trying to just make the right path and do the right things for him.